solar eclipse is the moment the sun says to the moon, "Bro, cover me, I'm tired of humans." Okay, come, baby. Funny story. Solar eclipse, swingers and shock therapy. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, beautiful people of Earth, and the few of you listening from Area 51. Welcome back to Laugh Emergency, the only podcast where science, stupidity, and sex toys somehow meet in one episode. Man, let's talk about it. Things ain't the same no more. Like, nothing. Back in the day, people were happy with flip phones and bad pizza. Now everybody got therapy, trauma, and an iPhone 15 that cries with them. You remember when solar eclipses used to be mystical? Like you'd gather outside with cardboard glasses and feel spiritual? Now it's just a TikTok challenge with hashtag solar eclipse ass filter. My cousin looked straight into the eclipse. Like, directly into it. They told him, "Don't do it." He said, "Man, I'm built different." Yeah, now he's built fabulous. Whole life changed. He said, "I ain't blind." I said, "No, but you seeing things in new colors, bro." This ain't the same eclipse from 1997, fam. That one was pure. Kids skipping school, parents freaking out, people holding hands. Now in 2025, it's 4K live-streamed, AI narrated, and somehow Elon Musk's face is on the moon. Bro, why would you play with that? And speaking of weird light, shout out to my man in the front row last week. White dude, loud as hell. You ever had someone in the audience who sounds like a YouTube comment section in person? Yeah, that's him. I appreciate your energy, bro, but I know if I say one wrong word, a rainbow-colored SWAT team gon' drop down like, "Sir, step away from the joke." I don't want no smoke, especially if it's coconut-scented with glitter. That's not the kind of afterlife I want. Then he got quiet when I asked if that was his partner. Oh, don't get shy now, bro. You've been talking all night like you're hosting The View. Put the camera on him. This ain't stand-up anymore, this Cheaters, the podcast edition. Man was like, "We just came for drinks." Then I said, "Is that who you with?" Now he's like, "Don't do that now, bro." No, it's too late. The whole crowd knows, the internet knows, and Alabama's already folding chairs just in case this turns into WWE. Look, I just came here to tell jokes, earn my $25, go back to my motel, and have some heterosexual, missionary-style 2003 kind of love. Simple dreams, man. Simple dreams. But no, I walk in and I realize this ain't a comedy show. This is a swinger event. Yeah. I tell one good joke and now 3 couples wink at me like, "You're funny and flexible." No, ma'am. I just do yoga for back pain, not for, you know. Why the hell are there mirrors on the ceiling? Why does the disco ball have nipples? I'm telling you. They move one of these curtains, and behind it, full dungeon setup. Ropes, oils, a guy named Steve in a Viking helmet yelling, "Who's next?" I'm like, "Not me, brother. I'm not built for community activities." But you know what really messed me up lately? I realized I might be racist. Not like hateful racist, like surprised by white athletes racist, because when a white man won the NBA dunk contest, bro, my soul rebooted. Like, 404 error. White man cannot fly. It was during Black History Month. That's spiritual identity theft, bro. Matt McClung, 6'2", looks like he makes oat milk lattes at Starbucks. But he's out here dunking on black dudes built like Greek statues. I said, "Is this man made of flubber? Is this Project Peter Pan?" Maybe Elon Musk finally found a way to convert white privilege into kinetic energy, because that man was levitating. And speaking of people pretending to be things they're not, y'all hear about that 30-year-old man who went back to high school to play basketball? Bro had a beard, back pain, and a CDL license. He was dropping 40 points on sophomores. Nobody noticed. He pulled up to school in an 18-wheeler, said, "This my elective." Man, your elective got a transmission dog. You know how I knew he wasn't a kid? He farted while peeing. That's grown man behavior. When you 15, you pee Capri Sun. When you 30, you pee sadness and fiber supplements. You can hear the midlife crisis in that stream. All right, before we go, shout out to all my independent women listening right now. I love y'all. Y'all powerful, educated, making money, driving Teslas. But every time a spider shows up, it's like your degree evaporates. You're on FaceTime like, "I don't need no man for nothing. I make my own money." Then a spider crawls by and it's, "Josh, kill it, kill it." No, use your master's degree. Shoot it with your gun range confidence. And y'all gotta chill with those vibrators too. Some of y'all got Bluetooth, USB-C, and AI on them things. Bro, your vibrator got more software updates than my phone. Kids running around like, "Mama, your drawer's growling again." And you shocked me last week, literally. I tried to hug you and caught a static blast. Girl, you're not a girlfriend, you're a Tesla on legs. Microwave turns on by itself, Alexa starts crying. You're haunted by Duracell demons. All right, man, that's my time. Remember, don't stare at eclipses. Don't take dating advice from swingers. And if your vibrator starts buffering, it's time to touch grass, baby. I'm John Shadow. You've been listening to Laugh Emergency, where laughter is free, but therapy's extra. Stay weird, stay safe, and don't forget to charge your morals before your devices. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can follow along with us. Together, we'll keep finding the best stories to help you drift off nice and early. Take care, and see you next time. If life feels too tight, just dress nicely and think about it later. Okay? Come, baby. My mom is not just a woman, she is a shopping goddess. Welcome to Life's Little Tragedies, the laughing edition. Today we're talking about a very dangerous topic. Many people have fallen, never to return. That is, shopping with mom. Yeah, I know. Some people are shaking just hearing that sentence. I grew up in a very Indian family. Dad was strict. Mom was humble but powerful. And just so you know, my dad was someone who could watch TV like he was God. Like, who built this city? Me. Who are these people breathing? Me. One time, my mom said softly, "Aji, listen." So, my dad turned off the TV, pulled the blanket over his head, and slept. I was like, what the hell just happened? Is this a ninja-level married man skill? Then one day, my mother said something that changed my life. "Son, I have an engagement party, but I have nothing to wear." For the first time, I realized, oh my God, my mother is also a girl. A girl who once forgot that women have the right to be beautiful and classy too. So I said, "Mom, let me take you shopping." And my mother was like a modern girl. The guy who is paying attention to you, I don't talk to him. The guy who ignores you is the one I need to spend my youth to annoy. I took my mother shopping. On the way, I asked, "Mom, how did Dad take you shopping in the past?" Mom replied, "Your dad took me by motorbike to the market and said, 10 minutes, I won't turn off the phone." If you don't come out, I'll go home. I was completely shocked. I was like, is this shopping or the marriage version of Squid Game? When we got there, my mom picked out the clothes in 7 minutes. 7 minutes. 2 outfits. I was about to pay when I thought, wait, my dad has ruined so many of my childhood plans. It's time for me to get back at him. I said, Mom, try on the clothes. Mom, what do you mean, try them on? Me, go to the dressing room, try them on, and look around. The whole world seemed to stop spinning. My mom had never heard of the concept of a trial room. 45 minutes. Then an hour and a half passed. My mom came out, her eyes red. I panicked. Oh my God, what's wrong with you? The clothes don't fit. Mom said, no, I just feel sorry for you. Your son has been waiting for an hour and a half. His legs must be tired. I was so touched that I almost cried. I said, Mom, you don't know. In the past 10 years, I've waited for women to try on clothes more than I waited for my university entrance exam results. Guys, men go shopping with women. It's a test of character. Next time you have a sad story, remember, if I survived 3 hours standing outside the fitting room, there's nothing I can't overcome. Survival tips when shopping with women. 1. Don't be brainy. Shopping is not an intellectual activity. 2. Keep the classic posture, hands in pockets. Tilt your head 15 degrees. Smile slightly. Nod. 3. When she asks, how does this look? You just need to answer, it's nice. 4. Don't analyze, don't suggest, don't disagree. You're not a fashion advisor, you're the background. And remember the golden rule. Come rain, storm, or apocalypse, do not leave the fitting room. I once took a step out. Just 8 steps. And right then, my mom yelled, Babu! The whole store turned around. I looked around. 40 bearded men, 45 years old, all named Babu. I turned around and my mom's eyes were like lasers. I knew I was done. It wasn't Thanos snapping his fingers, it was Mom snapping her eyes. I'm Zakir, a son, a survivor of many shopping trips, and a testament that a mother's love transcends the fitting room. If you're listening to this podcast, remember, the next time your mom, girlfriend, or wife asks you out shopping, bring water, faith, and a little courage. You'll need all 3. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can follow along with us. Together, we'll keep finding the best stories to help you drift off nice and early. Take care, and see you next time. The world really does end. I just hope it doesn't happen during lunchtime, because I'd hate to die without getting to eat discounted chicken wings. Okay, come baby. I'm not afraid of war, I'm afraid of running out of wings. Welcome to Laughing to Forget the War, where instead of worrying about World War, we'll worry about how to survive when the Wednesday promotion wings run out. Hey San Diego, how are you? Good. Nice to be here in this age of anger, especially on the internet. Have you noticed lately, people don't talk about the weather anymore, they talk about the end of the world. Every time I turn on the TV, it's like Russia, Ukraine, Israel, Iran. And I'm just trying to enjoy the weekend. Segment 1, Draft War and First Chosen Level. Someone asked me last week, hey, aren't you afraid of being drafted if war breaks out? I said it straight up. Greater than, if I get drafted, you're the one who should be afraid. If I were to appear in the trenches of World War II, it would mean that the country was out of people. No more helmets, no more guns, just me, standing in the middle of the battlefield with a microphone. Welcome to World War II's Got Talent. Whoever misses first goes home. Segment 2. News, the most difficult spiritual food on the planet. I swear the news these days is more poisonous than a cobra. Every time I turn on the TV, I hear, "Today's breaking news. There's microplastic in your food." Oh, thanks. Is there a solution? Greater than, no, just telling you to scare you. I'm not afraid of microplastic. I'm a product of the 90s. Back then, my favorite fruit flavor was blue. Do you think a few plastic beads can scare me? I accidentally ate a styrofoam plate when I was 11, and it's still in my stomach. If you are what you eat, then I am. The recycled plastic person. When I die, I don't need to be buried, just throw it in the yellow trash can. 5 years later, who knows, I might come back as a Levi mineral water bottle. Segment 3. Vaping. Personal data and the USB world. I remember when people used to smoke. Now everyone smokes. Digital strawberries. Everywhere I go, there are people blowing smoke like artificial clouds. Calm down, it's just steam. Well, steam, but it's the steam from your lungs blowing into my face, you know? Kids these days who vape look like they're charging their phones with their mouths. And speaking of technology, I discovered we care a lot about data until we get food. No one wants to give their email to the cashier, but they're willing to give the delivery person their door code just to receive fried chicken. Segment 4. Doomsday and the No Survival Plan. Everyone's talking about nuclear war. I'm like, greater than, if it really explodes, I don't want to survive. I could barely survive if I ran out of paper towels. I wasn't born to lead humanity. I was born to evaporate in an apocalyptic movie intro. I want to die cool, sitting in my car, playing Highway to Hell and shouting, "Let's go, bro." Segment 5. The golden age of convenience and chicken wings. But you know what? Life is still great. We have hot water, bright lights, podcasts, and buffalo wings. Kings of old ate dry bread. We eat chicken wings bathed in hot sauce and dipped in French blue cheese. And I still wonder, how come humanity hasn't run out of chicken wings yet? We eat more chicken wings than there are chickens on the planet. I thought there must be millions of armless chickens out there, sitting in wheelchairs screaming, "I lost my wings at KFC in 2021. Segment 6. Fatherhood, baby names, and the Kinder app with K. And then I became a father. I had a 3-month-old daughter, cute, but also the reason I lost sleep. My wife and I argued about naming, so we downloaded the app Kinder, like Tinder but for baby names. Only thing, if you want to see white names, you have to buy the premium plan. $1.99 for whites only. Oh well, let's just name my baby Juan Dunn. It means done with the show. No more babies. Segment 7. Millennials, the I'm tired but I know how to use Wi-Fi generation. We, millennials, are the generation that had every opportunity to get rich quick and missed it all. Bitcoin $1 not bought. YouTube 2007 not made. Now all I can do is sigh. Greater than Beanie Babies ruined my life. And school made me learn cursive while I was learning computers. Now I can sign my name however I want, as long as it looks like despair. Segment 8. Conclusion. Just have fun. Don't be afraid to live. Actually, it's great to be alive these days. We have everything. Podcasts, hot water, VR, robots, and promotional chicken wings. And if you're worried about microplastics, war, or politics, remember, everything will melt except the plastic in my stomach. Okay, San Diego, thanks for being here. Laugh with me, worry with me, and survive every KFC sale together. I'm Juan Dunn, the last man on the planet who can turn the apocalypse into a talk show. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can follow along with us. Together, we'll keep finding the best stories to help you drift off nice and early. Take care, and see you next time. Funny saying, whether the love is right or wrong, the person who has the abortion is still a doctor. Okay, come baby. Stories. Funny. From curry to burrito. An Indian guy lost in America. Hello, dear viewers of Stories Funny, where we explore the funny things between cultures and sometimes between curry pots and burritos. You know, people look at me a little strange because I'm Indian living in America, but everyone thinks I'm Mexican. The gelled-haired guys come up, "Vatos locos, hermano." I say, "Hola, bro." And sorry if my pronunciation sounds like Google Translate is stuck. But listen, they were the first people to accept me, so I played along. And you know, when you play along, you have to dive into their culture. Like, "Hey, you think burritos are cool? Wait, we've had roti for 5,000 years. Actually, to be fair, the Arabs are the real masters of rap culture. They rap everything, from kebabs to women. I swear, if they celebrated Christmas, it would take 3 days just to unwrap presents. And when you open it, it's like, oh, hummus again. Surprise! The culture in North America is interesting too. The first time I performed in the States, a black guy came up to me and asked, "Hey, what kind of brown are you?" It wasn't an insult, but my white friend who was with me got mad for me. Like, "Bro, that's racist." I was like, "No, it's just the Pantone color." So I said, "I'm Indian." "What kind of black are you?" He looked at me, straight-faced. "I'm from Minnesota." I was like, "Dude, it's really snowy in Minnesota. Do you know your skin is on hard mode?" After that show, someone came up to me and said, "Your face is very Muslim." I was annoyed and said, "Your face is very Catholic." Then I realized everyone is being too sensitive. Now you ask a Chinese person, "Hey, are you Chinese?" They'll say, "How do you know?" And you have to play dumb. "Oh, it's just your yin-yang energy." I'm trying to do what I did in Canada. Like go camping. Sounds ridiculous, right? An Indian guy went camping in the middle of the American woods. The whole neighborhood was looking at me like, "What are you doing here, Circle K employee?" One guy glanced at my backpack like I had explosive curry in it. I said, "You're wearing the exact same backpack." Then, boom. I mean, booming laughter, not the other kind of boom. I camp because I like to smoke weed and eat mushrooms. So every night around midnight, I sit and look at the moon and philosophize about birds. No, not the kind of birds you think. I'm talking about birds. They wake up really early now. They're chirping at 1:30 a.m. Back in the day, birds woke up at 5 a.m. That was a sign you were too late to get home. Now they wake up at 1:30 a.m. and I feel like I'm flying with them. I asked Google, "Why are birds waking up so early?" Google said, "Climate change. The Earth's axis is shifting. Birds are migrating earlier." I was like, "Oh, so the immigrant birds are coming early, stealing all the worms from the native birds." Then I heard the voices of American conservatives in my head. "Build the sky wall. Keep the worms great again." I work in comedy, which means I sit around all day waiting for it to get dark before going to work. And those of you who actually go to work, wow, that's scary. You know what office work is? It's a group zombie cosplay. Every morning I say, "Good morning," and my face looks like I'm praying for a meteor to fall. I pretend to go to the bathroom to avoid work. I even bought a pair of shoes just to pretend to go to the bathroom. My co-workers look under the door. Who's wearing these shoes? I'm the Batman of the bathroom, baby. One time I went into Foot Locker and asked an employee, "Hey bro, what's the best pair for sitting still?" He said, "Any pair will do, Grandpa." That was when I had an epiphany. I realized why people in wheelchairs wear brand new shoes, because they are masters of shoe care. It was my dad's birthday. I didn't know what to get him. And you know what? We all exist because our dad had a moment of glory. That moment is when he created us. And it's hard to give him anything that would make him happier than that moment of ecstasy. I thought, how about I give him one myself? But then I remembered. We weren't that close. My grandfather was a pretty conservative guy. His favorite saying was, "Woman driver, no survivor." I know, it's wrong. But come on, it's still hilarious. And that's why I love you, because you're both a big old man and a natural comedian. Thank you for listening to Funny Borders, when cultures collide and laughter explodes. Remember, whether you're Indian, Mexican, or an alien, just laugh. Because if you don't, those 1:30 a.m. birds will. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can follow along with us. Together, we'll keep finding the best stories to help you drift off nice and early. Take care, and see you next time. Funny sayings. Guys, when your girlfriend tells a story, don't interrupt, don't compare, don't breathe too loud. Just nod like a Wi-Fi router. No emotion, full connection. Okay, come baby. Boys, stop competing, especially with your girlfriend's stories. You ever notice that when guys hang out, conversations turn into the Olympics of suffering? One guy's like, "I fell off my bike." The other's like, "Ha, I fell off my car." And there's always that one guy who says, "You think that's bad? I fell off a rocket." It's not a conversation, it's trauma karaoke. But guys, word of advice, don't use this pattern with your girlfriend. When she's telling a story, just shut up, nod, and look emotionally available. Don't you dare say, "That happened to me too." Because, brother, your two will turn into to hell with you. So, my girlfriend comes to me one day, big eyes, dramatic tone. "You won't believe what happened today." And I said, "Of course I'll believe you. I live with you. You make unbelievable things happen daily." She goes, "When I was in 3rd grade?" Uh-oh, that's a long-distance memory. No GPS, no shortcut. Then she drops a name, Rahul. Suddenly I'm like, who the hell is Rahul? Apparently, Rahul was her childhood bestie. They held hands in 3rd grade and planned to get married. 3rd grade. When I was in 3rd grade, I planned to be Batman. Then she says Rahul left school and went to Dehradun. I was like, good. Let him stay there, but no. She continues. After so many years, I got a DM from Rahul on Instagram. And then, the sentence that could ruin a weekend. I'm thinking of meeting him next week. Now, logically, I should stay calm. But emotionally, my inner Wi-Fi disconnected. So, in my infinite male wisdom, I tried to balance the story. I said, oh yeah? Funny thing, in 9th grade, I knew this girl, Rashmi. Yeah, that's when the nuclear alarm started ringing. Now, let me tell you, girls have a 6th sense for jealousy. I said, can you pass me the water bottle? She said, why don't you ask Rashmi to pass it? 1 minute I was thirsty, The next minute, I was testifying in emotional court. Then she hits me with a word I didn't even understand. Don't mollycoddle me. I was like, ma'am, I don't even know what that means. How can I be guilty of something I can't spell? Then came the final boss move. Oh, you felt bad because I called Rashmi cheap. Because Rashmi's cheap. Rashmi's cheap. Rashmi-cheap. And I'm standing there like, what is this? A spelling bee or an exorcism? 2 days later, I got my revenge. She said, pass me the book. I said, why don't you ask Rahul to pass it? Yeah. I waited for that line like Batman waits for nightfall. But when I looked back, she was crying. Now I'm panicking. How did this become my fault again? We were even. No, apparently I was -10 and she was emotionally bankrupt. Then she drops the most dangerous question in existence. Can I ask you something? Will you answer honestly? Class, yes, sir. Gentlemen, close this case immediately. Do not enter this trap. This is not a question. This is a career-ending move. Which of my friends do you find the cutest? Oh no, that's not a question, that's a death sentence with lipstick. Boys, this is test match cricket. Do not hit a lofted shot. Keep the ball on the ground. She says, cute. You say, okay. She says, hot. You say, hydration is important. Always stay defensive, like India playing in England. Then she goes, you think Geetika is cute? And before I can respond, she's already trash-talking her best friend. She copies my outfits, my captions, my aura. I'm like, okay, so you're saying you're an influencer and she's your backup account? Then she makes me watch The Fault in Our Stars. Bro, I cried so hard she had to console me. She's like, my baby's a strong boy. My nose is bleeding and I'm like, no, your baby's a broken boy. Then, mid-drama, she says, mood switch. I'm like, what? I'm not Alexa. I yell. She storms into the kitchen. Now, that's the point of no return. Once she's in the kitchen, do not follow. That's not a kitchen anymore. That's a volcano of unresolved emotions. If you step in, she'll turn into the Hulk in hoop earrings. You'll end up comforting her after she hits you with the rolling pin. So I just sat there, quiet, like a statue of regret. And she came back 15 minutes later with that cop energy. Do you want to eat something? Boys, don't say biryani. Don't say butter chicken. Say khichdi. Keep it humble. Keep it safe. Later, when peace returns, she's like, why can't we always be like this? Because, my love, you control the Wi-Fi of emotions, and I'm just buffering. Then she says, let's play a game. What's your favorite color? Favorite color? I'm just trying to survive the week. Then, what's your favorite fruit? Now, mango's dangerous. Sounds too romantic. Banana? Even worse. So I said apple, and she's like, wow, how original. Then she goes for the kill shot. Which of my friends do you find the hottest? At this point, even God took a coffee break. I said, not Gattaca, Pallavi. That one sentence haunted me for 3.5 months. Moral of the story. When women tell stories, men should listen. When men tell stories, they should also shut up. The apology marathon. You ever notice that when guys mess up, the apology process isn't an event? It's a full festival. One mistake and suddenly you're running a 3-day sorry-a-thon. Day 1, text apology. Day 2, coffee plus flowers. Day 3, she still says, I just need time. Bro, she doesn't need time. She's rebooting the emotional operating system. And that I just need time line? That's basically the female version of access denied. You'll be standing outside her emotional firewall like, hello, admin. I just wanted to say sorry again. Meanwhile, she's on the couch watching Netflix like an IT technician of emotions. Maybe I'll let him log in next week. Relationship rules that no one tells you. Let me save you some heartbreak, boys. There are 3 golden rules of survival in a relationship. Rule number 1. Never argue with a woman who already has screenshots. That's not a debate. That's a courtroom drama with evidence, timestamps, and witnesses. Rule number 2. If she says, "I'm not angry," she's angry. If she says, "Do what you want," you better not do what you want. Rule number 3. When she says, "We need to talk," don't talk. Pray. Because "we need to talk" has never led to "we need to cuddle." And remember, in relationships, men use logic, women use memory. That's why she can forget where her keys are, but remember exactly what you said on January 12th, 2018, at 9:43 p.m. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can follow along with us. Together, we'll keep finding the best stories to help you drift off nice and early. Take care, and see you next time.